misplacing the floor or somebody's out of position. Hamp Jones at 6'6" will jump against Larry Gilbert. Both number 33s in the circle to start. Thompson controls in the backcourt. Here's Georgia Southern with the first possession. Quentin Martin off his leg. Good defense that time by Derek Nix.
Turnovers, unforced errors have been the bugaboo for both teams. Both teams have labored in that category.
Here's Nathan Jamison. He's a freshman. A good-looking freshman he is. And there's another steal. It's going to lead to an easy bucket and the lay-in by Archie Thompson.
You have to meet the pass. The pass was there. The receiver must step out, pull the ball to him. Do not let that defender get between the pass and you.
Georgia Southern, a couple of turnovers and 1 point, or 2 points, 1 field goal. Another steal. Georgia Southern's Hamp Jones is fouled by Nathan Jamison, reaching behind him.
Hamp Jones very aggressive now. That's back-to-back deflections, which led to steals for Hamp Jones. He's just beating Cherry to the ball.
UNC Greensboro, we talked about this. They are really concerned with how athletic this Georgia Southern team is.
The quickness.
Little holding foul. Too much hand checking there from Derek Nix as he gets hit with his first personal foul.
Awfully early in the ball game. 19:11 left to go in the first half. Derek Nix to pick up his first foul in the middle of the floor.
A couple of freshmen working against each other. Archie Thompson guarded by Nathan Jamison of UNC Greensboro. Down the lane goes Cedric Martin. He's got the layup. It's 4-0.
That's the offensive penetration off the dribble, off the bounce that scared Greensboro coming into the game.
It was Quentin Martin who got the bucket. Georgia Southern up 4-0. Jamison on the right, looks for help, and boy, that Georgia Southern defense is really intense here in the first few minutes. Can they keep that up for 40 minutes?
That's what Coach Greg Polinsky really preached to his team last night in practice, Randy. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Don't let this team, UNC Greensboro, play offensively on the half court.
Jamison in the front court now. It's 4-0 Georgia Southern, just underway. Jamison is fouled by Archie Thompson as he made a move to the hole.
Well, I'm not so sure that was a call that I would have liked if I was Coachy Thompson. Really did not create much of a bump. Looks like Jamison just lost his footing. And that happens. Floor's a little wet.
It's a little warm in here. Temperature almost 60 degrees outside on a sunny day. Here's Nix. Nice fake. Shot won't go. Tipped out of bounds. It belongs to Georgia Southern. Good board work by the Eagles.
Derek Nix that time really cleared himself very well for the shot. Pump fake. Took the defender to the air. Cleared himself. Just could not get it to go down. But a very good shot that most likely we'll see go in as the course of the game.
Pressure by UNC Greensboro. There's the lob to Hamp Jones. Now they reset it. Wilkes is in the game now. Andre Wilkes. There's the three out of the corner. Misses by Quentin Martin. The long rebound by Georgia Southern.
UNC Greensboro in a zone. The Spartans really questioning the outside, the perimeter shooting of Georgia Southern.
Martin looks in the corner. We've seen both teams play very well defensively, very intense in the first 3 minutes of the ball game.
Look for the Spartans to try zone, try man-to-man, find something that works.
Down to 6 on the shot clock, off the glass, it misses. The rebound tipped out and controlled by Georgia Southern. They'll get another crack.
The Eagles getting plenty of seconds.
There's the drive and the layup. Beautifully done by Archie Thompson, the freshman, and it's 6-0 Eagles.
Well, Thompson sure split that zone. And Randy Peel, I'm certain, doesn't want to see that happen.
Derek Nix with the fake. I'll tell you what, Georgia Southern really after him on defense.
Boy, aren't they active? Feet and hands working overtime for the Eagles.
Larry Gilbert foul going in by Cedric McGinnis. For McGinnis, it'll be his first foul.
Larry Gilbert, a key player in the Spartans' drive to the NCAA 2 years ago, has been somewhat of a mystery during the course of this year. Coach is looking for him to really step his game up. That time he has.
Javit, rather. Out front to Nix. They're playing off the screens very well. Just very active defensively for Georgia Southern. Quick three by Javit. Yes. First bucket for UNC Greensboro comes almost 3.5 minutes into the game.
When everything else fails, the shot clock unwinding, let it go, and that's what Javit did.
Greensboro with some full court pressure here. Little zone trap. And it worked.
Wilkes left his feet with nowhere to go. Against pressure, never leave your feet. Be under control. Find the passer first.
That ball went up and in. That almost went in the basket. The pass by Nix was deflected.
Active hands by the Eagles shook that one loose.
Now, can you go under and back through?
Not in Division I.
Foul belongs to Derek Nix. Now we're ready to play. Georgia Southern will inbound. Fernando Daniel, who did not start the game, will inbound.
Daniel, the key player for Greg Polinsky's team at the point.
Daniel penetrates, knocked away. Nice play by Jamison. Up the floor quickly to Nix. Can he handle it? Yes, he got the layup. It's a one-point game.
Daniel stepped right into the ball game after sitting out the first 5 minutes because of a team infraction. That turnover will not endear him to Coach Polinsky.
That trap worked a couple of minutes ago. This time Georgia Southern gets it in. Martin out front.
The Spartans pressing full court. 2-2-1, falling back into a 2-3 zone.
We're down to 10 on the shot clock, and again, Greensboro takes it away. Georgia Southern gets it back. They better shoot. It's down to 5. McGinnis, count it, plus the foul. Cedric McGinnis using that rim greatly, got the three-point play possibility.
Cedric McGinnis shows us his athletic skills. One bounce and a hop. Protects himself with the rim. Very athletic, very quick move. Most people cannot make. Defensively, the Spartans gave up the baseline, something you shouldn't do, Randy, while playing his zone.
McGinnis with a shot at a three-point play. Missed it. The rebound to Nix. Derek Nix up the floor quickly to Matt Javit. The three-point game. UNC Greensboro down by 3. There's a 3 by Jamison to short. Out of there quickly, Georgia Southern. Thompson all the way. Got the finger roll. And it's a 5-point lead.
Too many numbers in favor of the Eagles that time. The missed shot, the rebound, and away they went. UNCG has to make that transition from offense to defense, Randy, quicker.
Now Georgia Southern answering with some pressure. Here's Larry Gilbert down the lane. Missed the dunk. Cherry missed it, got it back, and put it in. Great effort that time by Cherry, just staying with it. A lot of times you miss a dunk, you want to go hide somewhere.
The big left-hander did not back up. He stayed right with it, as you very well said. The power of him going baseline.
Pass by McGinnis out of bounds, and that pressure works. Thompson now 3 of 3 from the field with 6 points for Georgia Southern.
The freshman Arkie Thompson showing some offense. Someone on this Georgia Southern team has to step up for Greg Polinsky, fill the offensive role that Elvardo role has provided for the Eagles.
Pretty good play on words there, Martin.
Roll and roll, right?
Yeah, you're on a roll too, by the way. A foul, a reaching in foul against Arkie Thompson, the freshman. Georgia Southern has forced 2 turnovers. They've scored both times. They have 4. UNC Greensboro has scored 0 points off 2 turnovers.
The pressure, that intensity, the footwork, the quick hands, Georgia Southern has shown us this afternoon already.
A walk. Justin Stewart drug that pivot foot a little bit too far, and the turnover gives it back to Georgia Southern.
You always like to let, if possible, someone coming in off the bench have a second or two, get into the flow before he handles the ball. That time Stewart got it immediately after entering the game.
3-point lead for Georgia Southern. Eagles with the ball. There's the skip pass over to Daniel, and he threw it away.
Not a good
twice
pass.
We've seen those.
Daniel did not have a chance. It was not a good pass.
Nice shot. All the way to the baseline goes Nathan Jamison, the freshman from High Point, North Carolina. Makes it a 1-point game.
Spartan staff very high on that youngster. He's been a contributor as a freshman.
Georgia Southern leading by 1. Fernando Daniel drops it back for a 3. Yes. Quentin Martin drains a 3. He's got 5. Georgia Southern's lead again is 4.
It was the penetration off the bounce that created that jump shot for Martin.
Jamison in the front court. There's that double team, that little trap.
With quick hands, almost got a deflection that time.
There we go again. They're all over him. Jamison's open on the baseline. What a move to the basket. That time by Larry Gilbert. Now that's the kind of play that you would expect from that big guy.
6'8", very quick move. One step, one bounce, quick with authority.
Georgia Southern gets it in. Eagles lead is 2 after the bucket by Gilbert. The 3 by Thompson misses. The rebound to Stewart.
Spartans will take the break if it presents itself. Georgia Southern back quickly.
Hicks misses. The rebound comes down into the hands of Quentin Martin. Oh, great no-look pass and the layup. Beautifully done by Quincy Wright.
Boy, did you like what Quentin Martin said? He got into the flow of the transition and found the open man. Excellent look. Good eyes by Quentin Martin.
4-point lead again for the Eagles. Gilbert off the glass and in. Gilbert's on a roll.
The big guy maybe a little out of control, Randy. He got away. As a good no call by the referees that time. It really was.
We've noticed they're letting them play. Not a lot of fouls, yet it's very intense on both ends of the floor.
Both teams playing hard, intense. So some things are going to happen as long as both teams are playing the same way.
Fernando Daniel works off the screen. Good job defensively by the Spartans. They force that shot clock down to 8. Daniel's jumper too hard. No good. And the rebound comes off to Justin Stewart.
UNC Greensboro, good job. Recently not allowing seconds. They just haven't been able to convert.
Bad pass by Stewart right into the hands of Quincy Wright. Thompson all the way. Rejected beautifully by Gilbert. Man, is he playing a game.
And Elvis has snuck into the house.
Cherry with a rebound. UNC Greensboro looking to tie. Gilbert is there for the tie. We're knotted at 15.
Now that play will make Coach Greg Polinsky very upset. No transition D offensive end. He wants to see his team back at the defensive end. They were depending on that senior leadership, senior experience has not been as productive as maybe the coaches would have liked until now.
10:39 to go, first half. A whistle away from the ball. Somebody's holding, and that somebody is UNC Greensboro's Ricardo Trebison.
Kendall Hill, the big freshman inside for Georgia Southern, takes up a lot of space. You can't play behind him.
It's Warms coming up later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time for Fox Sports News after a whole day of activity right here on Fox Sports South. 10:37 to go. The deep pass into Martin, and here comes Georgia Southern. Fernando Daniel in the front court now works that offense. They finally got that pass down after missing a couple of those.
The Spartans have been in this zone most of the first half.
Fadeaway jumper that time by Kendall Hill.
Not a bad shot.
There you see the turnovers. 4-2. Georgia Southern's committed 4, yet they're tied.
Both teams have labored in that category so far this afternoon. Not a bad job.
We've seen a lot of near turnovers, and then, of course, 6 real ones.
We're seeing an awful lot of good, hard pressure by the Eagles of Georgia Southern.
They tried to lob it down low, and Georgia Southern's there to pick it off.
They're pressuring the passer. That time, passer really didn't have a good angle or a good look, Randy. Turnover resulted.
Quentin Martin in the corner. Back out front it comes. Martin, left-hander. The 3 won't go. Hill battles for that rebound. Kicked around. Finally controlled out of bounds. It belongs to UNC Greensboro.
We're seeing number 34, Kendall Hill, in there trying to put a body on somebody. That's what the coaching staff of Georgia Southern wanted to see out of Kendall Hill. Get in there, mix it up, get on the glass. They really have high hopes, expectation for that youngster.
And again, we want you to join us for Fox Sports News. That'll be tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Fox Sports South. Big day right here on the Fox Network. Matt Javit. Here's Nix. Quick shot. Won't go. Javit. Nobody blocked him out. Javit gives UNC Greensboro the first lead of the game.
You talk about a clean look at the basket.
He got it, didn't he?
That was a Windex look, man. That was a see-through. Nobody was on him.
Talk about some big bodies. A couple of them out there. Chavis is in the game for UNC Greensboro. He'll go about 250.
You have Kendall Hill for the Eagles. Yeah. And Gilbert's no small fella.
Jones missed the shot. Nice rebound by Larry Gilbert, who took command on that one.
Larry Gilbert has 6 points so far, Randy. He's been quiet the last couple minutes. They may need to put the ball in his hands.
Great feed. Nix to Gilbert. The deflection picked up and put in by Chavis, and Greensboro's got a 4-point lead. Their biggest.
I watched Chavis last night during their practice. Nice hands, big, strong kid. If he can learn to play intelligently and get a good feel for the game in low, he will be a force.
Good job defensively by UNC Greensboro. Again, they almost forced the turnover. Wright is open for three. Missed it. Chavis and Martin battle for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. It'll belong to UNC Greensboro.
Quincy Wright, you can't get a better look than he got defensively. Everyone shifted to the ball. They swung it quickly, the Eagles did. That time he couldn't get it to get knocked down.
Since Georgia Southern took a 10-5 lead here in the first half, UNC Greensboro has gone on a 14-5 run. They lead it by 4.
That cold shooting, no seconds for the Eagles of Georgia Southern.
Greensboro also doing a good job on the boards, as you see. Wide open from way outside. This miss by Matt Javit. Inside they rebound and a foul. It'll be against Georgia Southern.
Chavis kept it alive. The youngster kept it going. Got those nice hands that I talked about around the ball, allowing Williams to get to the foul line, I believe. That's a case of being at the right place at the right time. Jeff Williams just happened to be in the paint. Chavis kept it alive. He's the beneficiary with a free trip to the foul line.
Williams goes to the line. His team up 4. With 7:45 to go here in the first half. He missed the first. A clunker, and he gets another shot.
Looked like he was backing out of the shooting range, the foul line that time. He needs to stay home.
How much influence do the pros have on that? I saw some players Thursday night that did the same thing, and they missed their shots. Moving out too far.
He's done it twice now. Both shots were right around the rim. Maybe if he stays home, follows through.
On the rebound, we had another foul, but we'll take a timeout to sort this. 7:38 to go here in the first half.
The Spartans have had a lot of success with this zone. McGinnis finds a way to score inside. But really, Georgia Southern, Randy, has labored from the perimeter. They need to get a lot more shots like that.
Here's Nix. There's Nix. Takes it all the way in. They call a charge on Nix. It'll be his second foul. The bucket by McGinnis a moment ago. Georgia Southern's first point since the 11:04 mark. They had gone almost 4 full minutes.
Nice rotation by the Eagles.
That trap at half court.
Well, they were really afraid of it that time. I mean, Cedric McGinnis backed it out. He should have thrown it up quickly. I think he had a teammate further up the line on the sideline that time. He just didn't get a good look at it. But credit UNCG defensively. That's been a tough full court pressure zone.
Greensboro's lead is 4. The quick jumper by Javit is good off that baseline. Using the body that time, the senior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, gives Greensboro a 6-point lead, their biggest.
There's that pressure again.
Here we go.
Shot clock never started, I think.
And they're moving the ball up. Just that 35-31, the referee said.
Right.
Well, that's one way to solve the zone press.
Exactly. Just don't start the shot clock.
That's right.
You can do that when you're at home.
Yeah, it gets you a little confidence in the next trip down the floor, won't it?
Daniel works the offense out front now with 6:11 to go in the first half. 6-point lead for the Spartans. They have really confused Georgia Southern with their defensive. There's another tap away. Save, however, by McGinnis. Off the glass, too hard. Rebound comes down to Greensboro. Jeff Williams coming out of there with it. It's a lob to Gilbert. He got the layup, and the Spartans are up 8.
Nice pass by Jeff Williams that time. Coach Polinsky does not like that lack of transition effort. He's done it twice now. He's used his 20s after his team has failed to get back. Williams threads the needle to Gilbert. And really, that's one of the few times that Georgia Southern has not gotten back. No one sees the ball. No one has found Larry Gilbert. Man, he's so wide open that even two old guys like us might have laid that one in.
Maybe you. Maybe you. Since 12:06, the Spartans are on a 14-2 run against Georgia Southern. I tell you, I like both these teams, but I like the way Greensboro's got some talent. They're going to be tough when that tournament comes around.
That's where
doubled up the rebounds.
They're rebounding going into this game. I really felt that could be a problem for Georgia Southern because they're so thick. The Spartans are. They're big guys, and they have dominated the glass so far.
There's that trap. Somebody reached in and hacked Fernando Daniel. It'll be team foul number 8 on UNC Greensboro, so Daniel will get a 1-and-1.
Fernando Daniel takes it upon himself to crack this full court pressure. Until now, the Eagles have labored. Daniel takes it to the hoop off the bounce from midcourt.
Daniel on the year, pretty good foul shooter, the best on this team at 81%. So he'll get the 1 in bonus with 5:39 to go here in the first half. He hit it.
Georgia Southern, a team at 46% in the last 2 Southern Conference ball games from the foul line. Coaching staff really feels that was the one thing that cost them 2 victories. They could just as easy be 2-0 as 0-2. They could have knocked down the free shot.
1 out of 2. The rebound to Greensboro as the Spartans up 7, and a near steal by Wright.
Coming out of that last 20-second timeout that Georgia Southern called, the Eagles quickly made that transition back to defense.
Javit out front, guarded by Quentin Martin. Almost a bad pass. It was. Daniel's got it. He's got 3-on-1. Daniel all the way. Got the layup. It's a 5-point game.
That's what Coach Polinsky wants to see. His defense creating a turnover, a knockout, a loose ball, and then the Eagles being able to capitalize with a hoop.
Under 5 minutes to go in the first half now. Gilbert out front where they don't want him to be, or at least his coach doesn't want him to be way out there.
Nice pressure by the Eagles this sequence.
Javit looks down low, then shoots it short. Rebound comes down to Hamp Jones, and Georgia Southern with a little momentum swinging their way. Daniel open, passed it up. Quincy Wright was so open he took too many steps going to the shot.
That field goal percentage stat tells the story. 42% for the Eagles. They've had plenty of looks, some not so good, some good, but they haven't gotten them to go down until they've taken the ball to the paint. On the other hand, UNCG have hit their outside shot.
8 points off turnovers. 6 points off 8 turnovers now for UNC Greensboro. The miss, the rebound. Here comes Georgia Southern again, trying to cut into that 5-point lead. Here's Quentin Martin, rips a 3. He's wide open. He took it and made it. And Greg Polinsky trying to get the fans up, and they're in it now. A 20-second timeout.
Squared the shoulders.
The last minute and a half, Georgia Southern's outscored Greensboro by 5-0. They're on a 5-0 run. There's a foul away from the ball. It'll be on the Eagles. Fouls on Cedric McGinnis. And we'll take a timeout with 3:55 to go here in the first half. We got a dandy one here at the Hanner Fieldhouse.
But it's really been their defensive pressure, Randy, that's created a situation that has allowed them to climb back in this ball game. It's been intense. It's been done with quick feet and quick hands.
Almost a steal that time. Good movement by Quincy Wright, knocking it out of bounds.
Wright is able to get into that passing lane because he anticipated.
Inbounds it comes to Justin Stewart. Javit works down low. And Cherry dropped it out of bounds.
Hamp Jones that time wrapped around Demetrius Cherry, forcing the pass to go wide. Cherry couldn't chase it down. Hamp Jones not giving an inch inside.
There's that trap. Javit went for the steal. Almost got it.
Shot clock.
Shot clock got him again. Now wait a minute. Georgia Southern called another 20-second timeout.
There has been 10 seconds used according to the shot clock, and the ball has not crossed midcourt. This will be interesting.
Randy Field's not going to discuss it with him, so.
Well, if this ball is not inbounds to all the way to the other end, I think they're going to give it back to the Spartans. What about it?
You make the call. Let's take a look at the great defense again here by Javit.
This 2-2-1 pressure by the Spartans of UNC Greensboro has been tremendous this afternoon. Caused all kinds of problems. Deflections, steals, converted baskets.
I think the officials are telling Coach Field that's what's going to happen. No?
8-4. Spartans ahead. Credit their full court pressure.
I believe that's going to change if Georgia Southern continues to play that well defensively.
One time McGinnis shook free on the baseline. He works that very well. The Spartans need to keep track of him a little bit better.
Tie game. Only the second tie we've had. Georgia Southern's outscored Greensboro 7-0 the last 3 minutes. Cherry turnaround. Missed it, but he's fouled, and Demetrius Cherry, the big 6'8" junior from Henrietta, New York, gets 2 shots.
Hamp Jones at 6'8" with good quickness, long arms, kicked Cherry out off that block area, Randy, creating a situation maybe where Cherry shot the ball a little further out than what he would have liked. Foul was committed. Hamp Jones, the sophomore walk-on. Good job defensively so far here in the first half on Demetrius Cherry.
Cherry, big left-handed kid, puts it up there too hard. Not a lot of touch that time from Cherry. He gets one more.
Cherry, big rebounder, good inside scorer for the Spartans.
Nice touch on that one. 1 out of 2 for Cherry. Greensboro back up by a point.
And they're calling the press off this sequence. Going man.
Daniel works it on the right to McGinnis.
Boy, Hamp Jones had Cherry on his back, didn't get the ball.
Here's Martin out front off that left hand, put it up too hard. Gilbert with another rebound. Here's Matt Javit all the way. Great play by Javit off the left hand.
Boy, that was a nice play. He felt McGinnis closing in for the block. He quick shot that ball, used the glass effectively.
Greensboro back out to a 3-point lead.
And the Spartans again in man-to-man. That's 2 times down the floor. They've gone to the man. Been in zone until this point.
Daniel drops it off in the corner. Jones for 3. That's good. Martin for 3.
Martin makes it from the side in front of the bench. That goes to the other side and drills it also.
Martin's had quite a half. Out front, Cherry.
Cherry was silent early in this first half. Gilbert picked up the offensive load. Cherry now has moved himself to the forefront offensively.
Cherry with a big bucket out front. It's a 2-point game, 30-28.
Spartans back in the zone. Randy switched from man to zone. Confused Georgia Southern.
Wright missed it. Georgia Southern ran together on the rebound, so Greensboro comes out of there with it with a 2-point lead. Just over a minute to go here in the half. That one knocked out by Daniel. Daniel might have thought it went off his leg.
Daniel's done a good job pressuring that ball. It's hard to start your offense with that kind of pressure on the point man.
Jones almost got the steal. It still belongs to Greensboro with 23 on the shot clock.
You have to like the Eagles and their pressure on the half court. They've done an excellent job. Just what Coach Polinsky was preaching and teaching last night in his practice.
And it comes to Gilbert. Greensboro's going to be very deliberate now. Javit, guarded by Martin out front. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Under a minute on the game clock. Here's Cherry, who scored 4 straight now. There's a steal. Beautifully done by Martin. Martin's got Cherry to beat. He beats him. And we're tied at 30.
Your defense takes you to the offensive end. Pressure, pressure, pressure. That's what Greg Polinsky learned at Alabama. That's the defense that he has hoped to put in here with the Georgia Southern Eagles.
37.7 seconds to go in the half. Greensboro can pretty much milk most of the shot clock here in a tie game.
The problem has been so far, Randy, they've only been able to keep the ball on the perimeter because of the Eagles' defense. Let's see if they can take it inside to the low post and get an easy shot.
Javit drops to Cherry, and Cherry is really having a great stretch here.
The freshman Jamison created that whole situation. Turned the corner, nobody picked him up. Found the open man.
Georgia Southern may take the last shot now as we're down to 10 seconds. Daniel drops it in the corner. Good defense by Greensboro. Down to 3 seconds. A 50-footer way out front. Misses by Daniel. And that's where the first half will end right there. Good first half, especially if you're a defensive basketball fan. You like this one.
Coaching going on, particularly in the area of offense. How do you create a better offensive game plan for the second half?
Javit. Martin held his jersey. Great pass a little bit behind Gilbert and into the hands of Georgia Southern.
Almost an uncatchable pass in that situation. That one also.
Here's Nix taking Daniel to the hole. Missed it. Hamp Jones with a rebound.
Nix has got the score. He's got the size and height advantage. Just rushed himself a little bit.
So we're off to a little sluggish start here in the first half, or maybe an ugly start with a couple of turnovers and missed shots. We're still 32-30. There's the bucket right there with authority.
Well, Daniel put it right at the rim. Wright couldn't get it to go down.
As we said, it's a little bit ugly. Nix, give it go. He traveled. Another mistake. We played a minute, no points, and a bunch of mistakes.
The defensive quickness still bothering, it seems, UNC Greensboro. They're keeping the ball on the perimeter, unable to find someone low to feed and score.
Fernando Daniel in the front court now for Georgia Southern. Their team down by 2. Quincy Wright with a nice baseline jumper. We're tied at 32 all. The first points of the half.
Wright could not convert the lob at the rim, but he made that one look real easy.
32-32. Javit with a lob to Gilbert. Martin got the ball, but also got a little piece of Gilbert. Gilbert will get 2 shots.
Matt Javit that time put the pass on the money. Perfect pass, just as you would teach it in a coaching clinic. Larry Gilbert trying to get off to a good start here in the second half. He had an excellent run, Randy, early in the first half for Greensboro.
Quentin Martin at 6'4", fouled Gilbert, who is 6'9".
Is there some, are you trying to create a correlation there? Little guys always foul big guys? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that little guy was not afraid of that big guy. That's what I'm saying.
You're right about that.
I mean, he challenged him. Got the ball. He got a little bit of him, too.
Kind of like a dog scratching those gnats, though. Doesn't bother the dog. It didn't bother Larry Gilbert.
He puts it down. 2-point lead for Greensboro again.
Here's the pressure. We saw it. It was effective. Let's see if the Eagles found a way to crack it at halftime.
Georgia Southern a little bit of trouble and get it in finally. Daniel works the ball out front. Martin, who had a great first half with 13 for Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern very hesitant. They don't have the key yet to crack this zone.
That could be it. McGinnis missed the shot, but he's fouled. And Cedric McGinnis, the 6'8 junior from Huntsville, Alabama, gets 2.
Well, patience was rewarded. That time McGinnis worked the baseline, blocked a block. His teammates took their time, tried to solve the zone, kept the ball moving. He's rewarded with a trip to the foul line. Patience, patience, patience against that zone.
McGinnis with 2 shots. McGinnis, a 65% foul shooter on the year. It's the first. It gets very quiet in here when the home team goes to the line. I'll tell you, this is one of the better crowds I've seen the last couple of years in at Georgia Southern. Obviously, it's not sold out, but pretty good crowd, and they're loud.
Students just back, and they're really into this game. You got to give credit to Greg Polinsky and his staff. They've had to really bring this program back from way down, and they've really got some things going here, some enthusiasm.
17:54 to go. Tie game again. Nix with a miss. A lot of shoving going on in there. Finally, Hamp Jones comes out of there with a rebound.
Who else? Hamp Jones, one of the hardest workers on this Eagles team.
Averages better than 6 rebounds a game. One of the top rebounders in the league. Georgia Southern works offensively now, trying to take the lead if they connect. Martin for 3. Missed it.
Greensboro letting their breakout right now. Eagles back quickly.
Nathan Jamison takes it all the way between 3 Georgia Southern players. Gets the layup.
Well, a freshman from High Point, North Carolina, has played a very steady game this afternoon with the Rock. You know, he's looked up. He's not made it excessive amount of turnovers. Found the open man. That time he scored for himself.
Out front, Daniel will take the 3. Missed it. Nix with a rebound, and Jones just hammered him. Going after the basketball was not intentional, but Jones hit a pretty good lick.
That time maybe Fernando Daniel, the chuck and duck move that time. Ball did not swing. They didn't make the defense shift and move. That quick shot resulted in a long out-of-bounds rebound. Jamison, heads-up play. Look at those eyes. Seeing the floor, finds the gap. If your head's down, you don't get the basket. The heads up, he gets the 2.
That hole opened very quickly, and he was in it. Javit. Chavis had it knocked away, saved by Jamison. He'll bring it back out front now with 10 on the shot clock. Gilbert will pull up and fire. Tipped up and in by the Matt Javit. I thought it was Chavis, but Javit got the tip in.
Javit had a nice first half, 11 points. He got them in various ways. That time he shows us some skill. Nice touch, good hands.
Daniel walked. Not so sure how much pressure caused that out front, but nevertheless, Daniel commits the 4 mistake with 16:08 to go in the game.
Nevertheless, it goes on in the TO column.
4-point lead now for the Spartans as they're in the front court. Javit.
Well, the freshman Chavis really working at the low post, trying to get open.
Shot misses. The rebound by Hamp Jones, who's always around that ball somewhere. Wright takes it to the hole, and a charge against Georgia Southern.
They got Quincy Wright with the old chicken wing call. The old chicken wing, when he's going to the rim, takes the right arm, clears himself a little real estate with that chicken wing, and gets caught.
We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
RW. to greet the returning students and faculty.
A W they need because they're off to an 0-2 start in the Southern Conference. There's a steal. Hamp Jones took it away. Then there's the foul coming back by Nix.
Nix just telegraphed that pass, Randy. It was right in front of us. You could see it coming. Hamp Jones, excellent rebounder, has very good anticipation defensively, uses his quickness in that anticipation to get in the passing lane.
Justin Stewart, that's him. He's in the game now for UNC Greensboro, and Nix will sit down with his third foul.
Offensively, UNC Greensboro needs Derek Nix. Let's see what Stewart can bring to the table off the bench.
Daniel works it in the corner. Finds Thompson. There's that skip pass over to right. Daniel. Thompson is open. Pass that up for this one. And made it. The freshman with a nice move to the bucket.
It was the ball movement, but really the dribble penetration by Daniel that created that wide open shot.
The three by Javit. Answers the two by Thompson.
That gives Matt Javit, I believe, 15 on the afternoon, 11 in the first half. So he's kept his game at the same level here in the second half.
5-point lead now for the Spartans. Daniel lost it. Saved by Thompson. Hamp Jones picks up the garbage, and he's hacked going in. It's a 5-point lead now for Greensboro. Coming up Sunday at 12 noon Eastern Time. ACC Live, and it's going to be followed by women's basketball, NC State and Virginia. That'll be at 12:30 Eastern Time Sunday here on Fox. Sure, join us.
That last sequence that led to Hamp Jones finding a place at the foul line, thought maybe that basketball had some butter on it. It was passed around by everybody out there. Hamp Jones, a guy who defensively is always around the ball, that time found himself with a basketball offensively.
Couple of substitutions in now. Wilkes is in. Andre Wilkes, number 5 for Georgia Southern. And that one's good by Jones. 3-point game again, 41-38.
Those empty trips, those defensive plays that might enable the Eagles to crawl back in this ball game and go ahead.
Georgia Southern trying to find some of that defensive intensity they had in the first 10 minutes of the game, and there it is. There's the steal. Daniel with a 360. Wilkes fakes the three. Martin to Hamp Jones. Missed it. Jones got the rebound as he hustles. Great hustle by Jones on the floor. Daniel for 3. Gilbert got the board.
Super effort by Hamp Jones. Really was quite a show, that sequence offensively.
Man standing, trying to get behind them defensively. Javit for 3. In and out of there. Cherry with a rebound. Demetrius Cherry, who had 5 big points in the last couple of minutes of the first half, comes through again.
Cherry just too big and too strong, Randy. He just bogarted everybody in there for that rebound.
5-point game again for the Spartans. Wilkes out to Daniel. Daniel. Martin with a long 3. It's short. The rebound at UNC Greensboro.
That time the Eagles settled for that quick jump shot instead of the patience and revolving the ball around the rim.
3 by Justin Stewart misses. Gilbert, or rather Cherry, misses the follow. Out of bounds to Georgia Southern with 12:50 to go.
Both teams really relying on quick shots right now. Not converting as many maybe as they would like. Let's see who gets a hold of the patience level, slows it down a little bit, gets a little better shot selection.
Georgia Southern down 5. They've trailed most of the way after taking a couple of early leads in this game. UNC Greensboro took control in the first 10 minutes of of the second half of that first half. The rainbow three by Wilkes is no good, but the follow-up is from Quincy Wright.
Wilkes to Wright. Wright taking the offside rebounding position. Give him credit.
Daniel goes for the steal, almost got it. Great hustle by Fernando Daniel.
Daniel making a statement about Georgia Southern's defensive capabilities. He's hawking the ball. The effort unbelievable right in our lap.
Javit with 16, Martin with 13. All of Martin's though came in the first half. Martin got the rebound off the miss by Jamison. Here's Daniel. Bad pass. There's the save. 3-on-1. Javit got the layup. And a technical foul has been called against Greg Polinsky. Or was it the player? Might have been Thompson who was waiting to come in the game.
That won't make a coach happy when a player gets a technical. Georgia Southern crowd unhappy with the call. Thought they should have a charge in transition. Loose ball. McGinnis tries to save it, bounces it off. It's now a loose ball. McGinnis takes up a position.
McGinnis did absolutely all he could do from the time he got to the ball to the time he hit the floor.
Well, he took up a good position to take the charge. Block charge is a tough call, a highly debated call. That time there was a no call.
Gilbert makes them both. He's 4 of 4 from the...
No stomping, no throwing the coat.
We're not going to tell you what the fans were saying behind us, but it's probably what got the technical called on the other side of the field, on the other side of the court.
They were vocal.
Gilbert's pass intended for Jamison went awry.
Very tough pass to make, Randy. Top of the floor, down to the block. No angle. Big man trying to make it to a point guard. Probably one that Larry Gilbert would like to have back.
Still a 7-point game. A lot of time left. 11 and a half minutes. And Gilbert almost got the steal, but he kicked it, so we'll start the shot clock again. Fresh 35.
The Eagles of Georgia Southern really need to get something going offensively now. They're down 7. They have yet to be able to consistently solve this zone. Running out of time.
They got it in the deep court. Martin across the line. Greensboro's hitting 54% from the field. Georgia Southern only 42%. That's pretty much the difference in the game right now. Martin in trouble. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Martin works the baseline. Beautifully done, but he missed the shot. Big Demetrius Cherry's there to get the board.
One and done. One thing UNC Greensboro has done very well here in the second half. Eliminate the second shot.
Quincy Wright fouling Gilbert from behind as Gilbert was trying to post up, get that incoming pass.
You're almost better off to just play behind the offensive player versus reaching once he has beaten you. And that's what Larry Gilbert did. Play behind him, straighten up, play good, tough defense from that point on. But don't reach.
That one misses. The rebound taken down by Martin. Quentin Martin. Well, he and Hamp Jones have done a job on the glass today.
They certainly have. And Hamp Jones is 3 or 4 inches taller than Quentin Martin. But Martin really, he goes to that glass.
Martin on the right side. Nice feed to Wright, who got the layup. Beautifully done by Quentin Martin.
That was an excellent look by Quentin Martin. Threaded the needle that time.
5-point game, 10:15 to go. The steal. It stays in bounds. Steal, and it does it. And who did it? Number 50, Quentin Martin. What a game he's having.
Greg Polinsky has to like the effort his team is giving him. Defensively, they're doing everything he has asked last night, probably all of the season defensively. They're getting their hands on a lot of balls, creating a lot of situations.
There are your steals. Georgia Southern's got 8. UNC Greensboro only 3, yet UNC Greensboro had probably force more actual turnovers.
Well, that zone has been difficult for the Eagles to crack. The Eagles have made some turnovers trying to do some inside passing, some interior ball handling. But out front, it's been the Georgia Southern pressure that's created turnovers for the Eagles.
5-point lead. Inbounds to Jamison now for Greensboro. Just over 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Hey, what if UNC Greensboro hangs on here? Martin almost got the steal. It'll be 2 big road wins in conference play for them. Out of bounds. Georgia Southern's Jones, and Quincy Wright lost it.
The statement you made is so true too, Randy, is that everyone expects to win at home if you have a competitive team. Those W's on the road are very hard to get.
One of them is at Chattanooga. Nobody wins there hardly, at least not in the last 20 years.
Isn't that the truth?
Cherry, almost a 5-second call. Got a little help from Jamison.
Not very good floor balance right now by Greensboro. Really, everybody on one side of the floor. They need to spread it out. Open up some passing lanes.
Randy Field recognized that, calls a 20-second timeout. To try to do something about that.
Just a reminder,
Right now, to keep it up, they're going to need a continuation of this tough, head-on, passing lane pressure defense.
Nice pressure, but Gilbert got it. Great job by Wright, put a foul. Wright didn't believe it, and neither did the fans.
Well, I'm not so sure I don't join in with that one. Quincy Wright did not look like he caught any part of Gilbert's body. Looked like he got a clean pick on this ball. 2 big guys going mano-a-mano. Ooh, I'll tell you what, that was a clean pick of the ball.
Gilbert makes the free throws, which he's done a good job of today. The lead again, 6 by Greensboro. Look at Gilbert.
He knows he got away with one, but that's all part of the game. If you called your own, he probably would have called a foul anyway, right?
Yeah. 5 of 5 for the line now for Gilbert. 49-42, that lead again 7. Here comes that full court pressure.
They've been consistent with this pressure the entire ball game. It's been good to them.
Hamp Jones drops it over to Martin. Oh, great no look to McGinnis, who lays it in.
Somebody forgot that Cedric McGinnis was in the game because he was wide open.
Big Demetrius Cherry in the lane. He just muscled that ball in from about 10 feet.
The guy answers with a 15-foot jump shot that you don't expect someone his size to make.
Again, the lead 7. We're under 9 minutes to go here in Statesboro. Quincy Wright works it out here to Martin. Martin was open, passed up the 3.
You need to get some penetration off the top of that zone.
That'll get you back in it quickly. Quincy Wright drains a 3 from the corner, and it's a 4-point game.
Well, that makes up for the missed block call.
Out front to Cherry. And a foul. Hamp Jones tripping up Cherry's. He made his move to the left.
You cannot fault Hamp Jones in his effort out on the floor defensively guarding Demetrius Cherry, but that far out on the floor, Cherry's not going to shoot the ball. He's not a factor. Back off a little bit. Put the pressure on that ball as it goes to the basket.
Greg Polinsky has done such a super job getting this community back into the game. Now he's trying to get the fans into this game. 7th team foul coming up on Georgia Southern as Hamp Jones gets his 4th, and he'll leave for a few minutes. He's the type of player in the last couple of minutes you got to get back out on the floor.
He won't be over there long. You're absolutely right, Randy. They need him inside defensively and on that glass.
Cherry bricked it. Out of bounds. Belongs to Georgia Southern. There's Hamp.
The game gets a little closer now if the Eagles can convert on this particular trip. The key is see what kind of pressure they can get off the top against that zone. See if they can split those two defenders.
Thompson works it in the corner to Daniel. They'd like to see Martin or Wright in the corner. There's Martin. Yes. And that's why they like to see him. It's a one-point game. Off to the three by Martin.
Going to have to shade out a little bit on Martin now. He's knocked down enough. You have to honor his outside shot.
Here's Javits for three, and he sits him down here in the Hanner Fieldhouse.
Tough shot. Martin was in his face. Javits has been hot. Quentin Martin honored that, made it a difficult shot.
Again, the lead 4. We're under 7.5 minutes to go. Here's Martin.
UNC Greensboro showing man this time out of their zone. Oh, McGinnis was open, wasn't he?
He was. Down to 10 on the shot clock, and there's a hustling foul, but not a real good one by Javits because Georgia Southern was out near midcourt with 7 on the shot clock.
And the Eagles not in the bonus, so they will inbounds the ball on the side.
We'll take a timeout with 7:06 to go here in Greensboro off. The first half, Greensboro hit 54%. This half, only 41%.
Randy, you can see where with Elvardo roll, this would be an excellent perimeter shooting team. He is the best perimeter shooter. They're still knocking him down like that. Daniel drills that one, but with roll, he's that added dimension offensively.
The last time Georgia Southern hit a three, Greensboro answered by Javits, who leads everybody with 21 points. Let's see if Greensboro can answer again. Here's Jamison. Out front to Javits. That went off Javits' leg, and a good job of convincing the official by Cedric McGinnis.
Cedric McGinnis showed us how hands become very important defensively. He slapped down on that ball, knocks it off of Javits' leg. It's not all feet. You have to work the hands too.
Georgia Southern can take the lead if they hit here. They've hit 2 threes in a row. Right all the way. Got the bucket, and Georgia Southern has taken the lead.
Penetration off the top against the zone. Breaks the zone down if you can get it done.
Just over 6 minutes to go. Georgia Southern looking for the first Southern Conference victory of the year. They're on a 10-3 run since the 9:02 mark. Down low to Gilbert. Jump ball. Cedric McGinnis has really done the job defensively, forcing the turnover a moment ago, now forcing the other turnover on the jump ball.
Last 2 trips down the floor, he has been involved in heads-up play. This time he doubles the ball out of nowhere. Last time he slapped the ball off of Javits' leg. Those are just heads-up anticipation plays, Randy.
Georgia Southern has their first lead since the 10:50 mark of the first half. They have the ball with that lead now, and they've hit their last 3 three-point attempts.
Let's see if they can get a little more penetration off the top against that zone. Last time it led them to a basket.
Here's Thompson on the right side. He's played well today, that freshman has. Here's Martin. Fernando Daniel in the corner to McGinnis. Here's Thompson, who's open but passed it up. Drops it on the baseline. Wright missed it. McGinnis. Who else but Cedric McGinnis is there for the follow?
This has been the McGinnis show the last 4 or 5 minutes. He has taken over the reins for his team, or of his team.
3-point lead for Georgia Southern. 5 minutes to go. And a steal, a turnover. Daniel comes out of there with a basketball. All the way down the lane goes Martin. He missed it. Javits with a rebound.
Unlike Quentin Martin to miss a shot like that, he's been very successful taking it to the glass. That time just rushed that one. Did not finish. He keep his eye on the basket.
Georgia Southern's on a 15-5 run since the 9:28 mark in the half. Look at those turnovers. 30 in the game between the two, and Jamison really quiets the crowd as he rips a 3 and ties the game.
It seems like 4 or 5 of those turnovers have come in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
57 all and a timeout. Charge to Georgia Southern. UNC Greensboro has scored 6 points off 2 threes by Jamison, the freshman.
He's played a real stellar ball game against a lot of pressure, probably pressure he hasn't seen in high school.
Martin out front with the ball. Fernando Daniel, good job defensively by Greensboro. And the steal by Gilbert.
Greensboro changed defenses coming out of that timeout, Randy. Go from a zone to a man. Caught the Eagles by surprise.
Here's Nix, who's been relatively quiet. Nix has not scored a lot of points.
Saddled with foul problems.
Put that one up too hard. Gilbert missed the tip. Nix with a follow. Finally coming out of there with it is Cedric McGinnis, who's really coming up big for Georgia Southern.
Who else?
A charge against Georgia Southern. 2 straight trips up the floor. No shots. 2 turnovers.
Archie Thompson gets in way too deep. 2 white shirts in one small area. Easy to defend. Nothing good happens when that goes on.
Sunday, we invite you to join us on the Fox Network for SEC TV today, 2:30 Eastern Time, followed by a big SEC game, Alabama and Arkansas. That'll be at 3 p.m. on Fox Sports South on Sunday.
Clock is stopped. Both teams like that at this point in time.
Jamison with a free throw, and the freshman has really played well today. He has scored the last 7 points for UNC Greensboro, and has done it in the last 6 minutes.
Been very impressive.
Couple of big ones for Jamison there, and Greensboro's got the lead again, 59-57.
Back in the man-to-man. Let's see what the Eagles can do. They've seen the zone most of the game. McGinnis has Gilbert on his back low. No one saw him. Got to feed the big guy when they do that.
Martin in trouble, looks for help. And the strip and the steal again by Greensboro. And again, the Eagles come up empty.
Quincy Wright not really strong with the ball that time. They picked his pocket.
UNC Greensboro with a 2-point lead in the ball. Nix takes it to the hole and missed it. Cherry's there for the follow and the foul. Foul's on Martin. It'll send Greensboro back to the line. And the Spartans are a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line this half.
That particular sequence, the strength of UNC Greensboro, the size, the bulk in their bodies, allow them to get this second look, this second opportunity. Cherry goes to the foul line, but there were plenty of Greensboro shirts in there with him.
Cherry at the line, the big left-hander in the air, and it's there. 3-point lead for the Spartans.
Seems like Georgia Southern just gets to a certain point, that being a tie ball game, Randy. They just can't kick it over that level. Just can't kick it beyond that and take the lead. If they ever do, this crowd here will take them on into the finish line.
Still time to do that. Cherry 2 out of 4 from the line. Now 3 of 5 as he gives his team a 4-point lead.
A 3 the old-fashioned way at the low post or from the low post or from the perimeter would do the Eagles well.
2:20 to go. Daniel, a foul and a timeout.
It really has hurt them this critical point in the ball game. They had been so hot.
They're your leading scorers. Martin with 16. Wright with 13.
This is the guy you want to have it.
McGinnis missed it. Nice attempt on the follow by Quincy Wright, but it wouldn't go. Again, Georgia Southern comes up empty.
The right guy had the right shot, just didn't go down. Now it's up to the Eagles defensively to really turn up the heat and get a steal.
A hooking foul against Greensboro. And again, the guy on the receiving end making it happen, Cedric McGinnis.
You have to. They're in the man-to-man.
Georgia Southern with the basketball. They got to make it happen in a hurry. They're down 4. Minute 24 to go.
You got to look for Martin. This fella, number 13, Cedric McGinnis. They're the two guys that have to deliver offensively with a minute 10.
Martin works it down to 8 on the shot clock. Great shot by Martin. Quentin Martin just worked him one-on-one out front and got the bucket.
That quickness, that dribble penetration.
Nix in the corner, caught 54 seconds to go in this one.
No easy chore here, inbounding this against the pressure that the Eagles throw up.
Now on the block, Gilbert lost it into the hands of who else? Cedric McGinnis.
McGinnis, very quick hands. Gilbert that time never actually got to catch the ball. He was on the move and got bumped. The ball never got to him.
Reich drops it to Hamp Jones, who's fouled. He may be bigger than that.
You remember him last year. He's picked up weight from last year.
He has.
Yeah.
Good looking player. He missed it. Hit almost every part of that rim but the right part.
If he converts this, it's still a 3-point game, assuming Greensboro makes a shot.
He missed it. But Martin hustles and gets the rebound back into Daniel. And once again, Georgia Southern has a chance to tie. The shot clock is off. Daniel to tie. He missed it. Fight for the rebound. It's picked up by Greensboro, and there is a foul.
Into the equation out here this afternoon. Couple big ones.
First one is there. Nice touch by Nix. 3-point game now. 16.9 seconds left.
Still a doable game for the Eagles. With this make, not so doable. With a miss, still a ball game.
They'll have to take the first available 3 if he misses. But he doesn't. Nix calmly sinks to. Cedric McGinnis gets it into Daniel. The clock starts. Daniel knows he's got to get it in quickly. Daniel works one-on-one. Lost it. It's on the line. He made it. He makes both of these. Georgia Southern one possession away from a tie or a win if they can get the ball back.
Well, you know they'll be fouling quickly with 9 seconds to go. Assuming the timeouts are available. Timeout is an option.
Daniel will make the second toss and missed it. Jamison got the rebound. He's 2 out of 2 from the line today. Jamison got it.
Well, the freshman, he really moves in there. Doesn't bat an eye. Steps up there, bounce, confidence, shoots.
Makes them both, making it a 2-possession game again, just to tie. 7 seconds. Here's Martin. He's got to go for 3. He does. He hit it with 4.3 seconds left. And McGinnis went for the steal, didn't get it. Now Greensboro wants it on the ball. They get it into Nix, and there's the foul with 3.2 seconds. And Nix is the guy who made 2 big free throws a moment ago. He'll go back with 2. Crowd gets on him a little bit. Doesn't bother him a bit. He calmly sinks the first one.
Senior leadership. Now everybody on Greensboro going back to the other end of the floor. Coach Peel directing his team, no foul, everybody back. The shot's made, no foul. If the shot's missed, you have to contest the shooter.
He got him. 3.2 seconds. Greensboro still going to make them work to get the ball in. There's the deep lob. Hamp Jones had it, stolen by Jamison, and that's your ball game. UNC Greensboro comes to state.